Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to you. Hope you had an awesome weekend. It is Monday, October 31st.
Happy Halloween. Thanks for joining us. The weather should work out for trick-or-treaters today.
We'll talk to Justin in just a moment, but just announced this morning, if you haven't heard yet, the team names for the new XFL season are out. And San Antonio has been formally announced as the San Antonio Brahmas.
That's right. And there's a logo right there. Pretty interesting, huh? The other teams are the Arlington Renegades, DC Defenders, Houston Roughnecks, and Orlando Guardians.
The other three teams are the Seattle Sea Dragons, St. Louis Battlehawks, and the Vegas Vipers. But again, San Antonio Brahmas is the team name. Colors are Steelers-like yellow and black. So San Antonio head coach Hines Ward has got to be loving that, right?
Yeah, yellow and black. This will be interesting. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for putting that logo up again.
And if you look real closely, the B for Brahmas is actually hidden in the horns at the top.
Let me see. Oh, yeah.
There you go. You're welcome, San Antonio. Just trying to help you out.
You're helping us all out. Thank you so much.
Well, we've had fun talking about Halloween all morning so far, and we're looking forward to a hopefully rain-free trick-or-treat.
Yeah, for the most part. Small chances here and there, right, Justin?
It's going to be a close call, but I think for the most part, trick-or-treating will be just fine. If we see any rain, it's probably going to be some light stuff, a light sprinkly shower or two. So let's look at some of the weather headlines here as we jump into Halloween. We had a beautiful sunrise. If you saw it this morning, a lot of colors mixed in there. Now just looking at some partly cloudy skies and temperatures sitting in the 50s. So still a little chilly out there, at least at the moment. We'll see those temperatures get into the 70s today. We'll also see the clouds thicken up. Rain, yes, there is potential for that tonight, but especially as we get into the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning. We have more chances of rain on the way by the end of the work week going into the weekend. Right now, 57. Dew point is at 50. That number will rise. Northwesterly winds at about 3 miles per hour. Here's your trick-or-treat forecast. Right now, if you're heading out the door, say 6, 7 o'clock, we'll put some sprinkles in the forecast. Temperatures will be in the mid-70s. Really pretty nice, but I would say grab the umbrella just in case there is a little more substantial rain. The rain chances pop up, as I said, by the time we get to 10, midnight. That's when we could see a few thunderstorms mixing in as well. So we'll have to watch for a few rumbles of thunder tonight, and that could affect tomorrow morning's commute. Speaking of commutes, let's check in now with RJ and see how things are going with this morning's commute.
Yeah, Justin, things looking pretty good out there. The only thing I'm kind of monitoring right now is this incident here on US 281 at Redland Road. You can see there's a San Antonio police officer unit right there, but traffic not really being held up too much in that area. There was a crash reported there earlier on the southbound lanes, but again, things looking pretty smooth. This incident here in Live Oak, this was a crash from earlier this morning, and it appears as if crews are still kind of clearing out the scene there. You can see some red there on some of the northbound lanes headed out of the San Antonio area near Live Oak. But again, it appears based on the TransGuide traffic cameras that crews have cleared out that area. And again, just want to zoom in real quick and see what we're looking at here on the north side. Again, 281 southbound at Redland Road. A little bit of traffic buildup there a little bit north of this crash, but nothing too serious in that area. So it's been a lot of so far treats and not too many tricks for our traffic commuters out there as I get down to the TransGuide, the rotating camera here, I-35 at Judson. Things looking pretty solid in that area, and again, I-10 at Days of Alla Road. So just remember, if you're going to be out tonight, just be careful with those trick-or-treaters. You're going to be driving through neighborhoods or many side streets. Just be aware of all the people that are going to be out celebrating the holiday. Back to you guys.
RJ, thank you. In your morning headlines, the U.S. Supreme Court taking up a case that could change college admissions here in the U.S. as we know it.
Plus, the latest on the investigations into the deadly disaster in South Korea and India. Max Massey joins us live in the studio. And Max, where are we starting this morning?
Good morning, guys. We're actually starting in San Francisco. The latest from the San Francisco DA on that attack on Paul Pelosi. So the man accused of attacking Mr. Pelosi, remember, husband of the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, third in line to the president. Well, the suspect expected to be charged this morning and arraigned. So while Mr. Pelosi remains in the hospital, officials are considering federal charges against the suspect. So David DePop, he is accused of breaking into the Pelosi home in San Francisco on Friday, then fracturing Paul Pelosi's skull and injuring his arms and his hands. Now, a spokesperson says Paul Pelosi is expected to make a full recovery, but the House Speaker says the alleged attack has left her family, quote unquote, heartbroken and traumatized. Now, authorities say the 42-year-old suspect was not known on any federal databases and not tracked by any threats. But they did say the suspect posted conspiracy theories about COVID, vaccines, and the 2020 election on his Facebook page. So it's an incident that clearly has a lot of lawmakers shaken.
What happened to Speaker Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, is just, it's horrific. And it's horrible, and it shouldn't happen anywhere.
I believe people in both parties are guilty of intense rhetoric that really leads to, feed into these people who are deranged and create violence.
Days after the attack, taking over Twitter, Elon Musk then causing another stir just yesterday. He tweeted a link to an article that made numerous claims about Paul Pelosi. He has since deleted the tweet just a few hours after initially posting it, but it had already been retweeted about 30,000 times. As for the investigation into the attack, still a lot of questions about what unfolded and why. Now to the latest in that tragedy in South Korea. Right here, you see some of the chaos going on in the aftermath. Now, South Korean police still investigating, trying to figure out how this all happened. A crowd surge ended with more than 150 people dead, and that included 26 people from other countries. This all happened during Halloween festivities. So take a look. This was the Halloween celebration and ended with more than 150 dead, 37 more in critical condition. Many of them getting crushed inside this massive crowd that was actually trying to leave the festivities. Witnesses there saying the streets were so densely clogged with people and slow-moving vehicles that it was practically impossible for emergency workers and even ambulances to get there to help anyone. It left so many people helpless to prevent the situation from what ended up developing into the country's worst disaster in years. And now we're learning about 2 Americans who are among these victims.
And then the emergency services arrived and they were just pulling bodies out and just dumping them on the street.
I just saw in front of me this mass of people running and pushing and screaming and like panicking.
As for the investigation, authorities say 200 officers were on hand for the event, about 1 officer for every 500 people there. Police say they have launched a new investigation, a 475-member task force, try to figure out what exactly went wrong. Now to the latest in India. Video released from just moments before this deadly bridge collapse. More than 130 people confirmed dead. Still unclear how many more are still missing. As you see there, search and rescue teams continue to work through the morning. Several others obviously injured in this collapse. Now, officials say around 200 people were on this bridge when it collapsed just yesterday. A cable at one end appeared to have snapped. Now, state officials lodged a criminal complaint against the agency that was handling the maintenance of this 230-meter-long bridge. It was built in the 19th century, and it just reopened last week after renovations. Well, back here in the United States, the latest in the highest court of the land, the Supreme Court set to hear arguments on affirmative action today. So it's obviously a question that's been debated for decades. Colleges and universities using race as a factor in admissions. So these specific arguments actually circulate around a challenge of the policies at University of North Carolina and Harvard. Now, those policies would consider race among many factors in evaluating applications for admissions. Just to kind of paint the roadmap, lower courts upheld the programs both at UNC and Harvard. They rejected claims that schools discriminated against white and Asian American applicants.
The heart of the issue is, should colleges and universities treat students differently because of their race and their ethnicity?
So the schools, UNC and Harvard, they contend that they use race in a limited way, but that eliminating it as a factor altogether, it would make it even more difficult to achieve a student body that looks like the United States of America. Just to include the administrations in here, the Biden administration is urging the court to preserve race-conscious admissions. The Trump administration had taken the opposite position in earlier stages of the cases. And just so we know, there is a connection between the Supreme Court and these colleges. Ketanji Brown Jackson and Chief Justice John Roberts, they actually received their undergrad degree and their law degree from Harvard. And guys, 2 other justices went to the law school there as well. So just so we're clear, Ketanji Brown Jackson, she's actually sitting out of the case, of the Harvard case at least, because until recently she was a member of the advisory governing board, and a decision in this case, it's not expected for a while, not until at least the spring.
Going to be a busy session for the Supreme.
Yes, it
Absolutely.
will.
Thank you, Max.
Thanks, guys.
This is the final week of early voting here in Texas, and polls will be open 2 hours later this week.
That's right. Polls will be open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day through Friday. There are several locations around the city where you can vote. You can find those polling spots on our website at KSAT.com.
Early voting ends Friday. Election day is next Tuesday. So far, over 192,000 people have voted here in Bexar County.
And it was a good turnout yesterday in Uvalde for a good cause. The families of the victims from the Robb Elementary School shooting held a festival in honor of the 21 lives lost.
Our Lee Waldman was at the festival and tells us how much it meant, not only for the families, but for the entire community.
Music, barbecue, art, and a whole lot of love at the Uvalde County Fairplex.
It's amazing. I mean, it's nice to look around and see everybody coming out and supporting.
The community showing up in a big way to honor the lives of the Robb Elementary victims and raise money for scholarships for high school seniors at Uvalde CISD. Brett Cross says he hopes this will provide a future for those seniors.
You know, nothing I do can bring Uzziah back, but I can fight for other kids. And that's what we're going to do.
There will be 22 scholarships, each named after the 21 victims who died, and one for the surviving students. Britt Davis and CB Barboza competed in the barbecue competition honoring Robb Elementary teacher Irma Garcia and her husband Joe, who passed away shortly after the massacre.
It's an honor to cook it. It really was, for what it stands for the family.
I think that's one of the least things that we can do to try to help all the families that are grieving over what happened.
Irma and Joe's son, Christian Garcia, says there isn't a better way to remember his dad especially than with barbecue.
He would have critiqued everything. He would have been so happy to be part of all the categories.
Irma's siblings, Velma and Marcus, are feeling a mix of emotions as they help raise money for scholarships in their sister's name.
The outcome that we have, it's a blessing. We feel the love, and hopefully the healing process will begin. And then we'll just continue this yearly and remember of their names.
In Uvalde, Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
And high school seniors will be writing letters to apply for the scholarships over the next few weeks for families to select the recipient of their loved one's scholarship.
Right now it's 9:10, 58 degrees, still ahead on GMSA at 9 on your Halloween.
We are celebrating another great educator here in San Antonio. She's a teacher at Broccoli Elementary on the far northwest side, and she tells us what her secret to teaching is. Plus,
we are diving beneath the surface and getting a closer look at the giant fishes from all over the world. What role they play in our ecosystem? Next.
Welcome back. Just about 9:14. So, Steph, these are the ones we want to catch. We try to avoid these if at all possible.
Not this one, yeah. I don't like those sharp
nice
teeth.
chompers, yeah. New exhibit at the Woody is exploring a rare and an enormous fish all over the world.
Tiffany Huertas gives us a look at the exhibit and explains the critical role the fish play in our ecosystem.
One of these monster fish that is native to our Texas river, something called an alligator gar, which, according to our fossil records, has been here for at least 100 million years.
Unique fish filled the latest exhibition, Monster Fish in Search of the Last River Giants at the Whitty Museum.
These monster fish are so important to their ecosystems because they do things to control some of the populations of some of the smaller fish.
The exhibit brought by the National Geographic display fish that can be found all over the world. There's interactive games to learn about how these fish grow and how scientists study them.
Some of these animals can get upwards 10 feet, even 20 feet, weighing several hundred, even up to 1,200 pounds.
This sawfish from Australia can grow up to 21 feet and weigh about 1,500 pounds.
The Whitty partnered with the San Antonio River Authority to showcase native species found in the San Antonio River.
Well, another part of this exhibit that we're really excited to focus on is some of the conservation for the river, especially here in San Antonio, since we are the river, or the city on the river. And we want to talk to people more about how they can protect those river spaces.
The exhibit is open until January 22nd, 2023. Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Looking out there with live cam, pretty good, 58 degrees. I heard there's a little more humidity in the air, but not too bad yet.
It's still pretty dry at the moment. That does change later today. And let me ask you guys, it's kind of a rhetorical question, but do you like fast cars? I mean, the correct answer is yes.
Yes. I was like, new ones? No.
Yeah, so
Yes.
you like the
Wait,
names.
is there a new car back in here in the studio? We don't.
Can't do that. Can't do
Surprise
that.
us?
No. But you will like the names of these pups here.
Okay.
This is Bugatti and Benz.
Nice.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
those
Now
were
I
cool
see where
names.
you're going with
You see where I'm going with this? Okay.
Yeah.
They're ready to trick or treat. They got the Superman outfits going on.
Oh, and Justin,
How
Bugatti and
cute.
Benz live in Bernie.
Yeah. A lot of alliteration going on there.
Appropriate. There you go.
I do like it. Good stuff. Thanks for sending in the pictures. We've been showing a lot of the pet pictures. You can send in pictures of the kids too on our KSAT Connect, and we'll show them for Halloween. A lot of great costumes out there. As we go outside, what is trick-or-treating going to look like tonight? We do think there will be some clouds around for sure, and then maybe a few sprinkles here and there. Right now, we're sitting at 57 degrees, 56 at Kelly, 55 at Randolph. And there are still some 40s on the map, 48 Kerrville, 49 Fredericksburg. We got enough clear skies overnight to allow those temperatures to drop. Clouds will start to thicken up, though, as we go throughout the course of the day. Right now, 60 at Stinson, 55 in Helotes. And as we look at the big picture here, we've got some showers off to our east, last system pulling into the Great Lakes, rain there, and then some rain across the Pacific Northwest. But what we're watching, we can see it here on water vapor. It's not creating any rain yet, but it will. A little spin right here. New Mexico, Arizona, right there on the border. That's going to be working towards our neck of the woods as we get into tonight. And that is what's going to kick up our rain chances. So let's look at the futurecast here. We'll fast forward to 7 o'clock. That's a pretty popular trick-or-treating hour. This model not showing much here in San Antonio yet, and that's probably the case. Can't rule out a few sprinkles, but if we're going to see any rain, it's probably going to be west of San Antonio. But by 10 o'clock, rain starts to spread a little bit closer, and then it's overnight, where we have a pretty decent shot at some showers and maybe a couple of storms. So don't be surprised if you hear rumble and thunder overnight. It's certainly possible. And then this continues into tomorrow morning. So the commute could be a little bit messy on Tuesday. And then I think by noontime, this is starting to shift out. Then we may get a little bit of sun late in the day. This is 7 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Now let's go further down the line. We're not done with the rain chances just yet. By the time we get into Thursday, a couple of light showers, but here comes our next storm system, and it's late Friday night, early Saturday. This is Saturday, 7 o'clock. We should get a line of storms through here. Now, we'll be on the tail end of things as we often are, but I think we could see a couple strong storms mixed in late Friday, early Saturday. That's our next chance of rain. Let's talk about, though, tonight into Tuesday morning. How much rain could we see? 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch? It's possible. San Antonio down to the south. The further north you go, the lower the rainfall totals will be. And it's actually down to, well to our south, Corpus Christi into the valley, where they'll see some much bigger totals, maybe up to an inch in some cases down there. But we do have the potential to see a little bit of rain. So here's your trick-or-treat forecast. 74 degrees at 6 o'clock, just a 20% chance of rain. 7, 8, 9 o'clock, if we see any rain, the rain chance is pretty low, but if we do, I think it's light stuff. It's not until 9, 10 o'clock that the rain chances start to jump up, and we could see a few lightning strikes. So for the kiddos going out and about, I think it's fine. Just grab the umbrella just in case. So here's your trick-or-treat need to know. Spotty scattered light rain. As I just said, bring the umbrella. Kind of coolish temperatures in the 70s. What we're watching for, an isolated flash of lightning. And I really think that occurs later in the night. But if you do hear thunder, we urge you to go indoors. Seek a safe spot. 72 degrees Tuesday, 77 Wednesday. Thursday, 82, a small chance for a shower. Then we have another 40% chance of rain Friday night into Saturday. And then it clears out for the weekend, 73 and sunny on Saturday. And we fall back Sunday, don't forget.
I know, what a treat.
It is nice. I do love it.
Me too. I think we're all fans here.
Like the 5 o'clock shadow, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, no shave getting underway a little early. And we're going to have more on this in the coming days, but we're going to be raising some more money this year.
That's right. Officially starts tomorrow.
Yes.
9:19, 58 degrees.
And last week we showcased some of the haunted houses around the city. And this morning, our 2 executive producers are joining us to talk about their visits. They're going to share some of what you didn't see when we come back.
Welcome back. Halloween is finally here, and in case you missed it last week, some of our KSAT crew went to check out some spooky adventures around town. They wanted to see for themselves if they were worth the hype.
That's right. So GMSA executive producer Joy Presley and Night Beat executive producer Emily Allen explored some of the haunts, and they're here to tell us about it this morning.
Hi, guys. Good to have you.
Hi.
Joy, we work with you every morning. Great to see you again. Emily, we're such opposite shifts.
This is early for me, for sure.
We're meeting you for almost the first time.
Kind of, yeah. We don't really cross paths very much.
Not at all. All right.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, glad you're here. All right, so let's start, ladies, with SeaWorld. What made it different this year, and what was your favorite part?
Okay, so Emily didn't get to go to the SeaWorld part.
Okay.
SeaWorld is great because there's different areas for the whole family. What made it different this year was there were several different haunts, all creepier than the next. Right now we're looking at the disassembly line, which Dylan, who is in the front here, he's the KSAT Explains producer. He is phenomenal because I could just follow all of his reactions.
We know.
Half of the time though, Carlo, who's also in this video here, I had to follow his shoes. I was so scared. I had to follow his white shoes.
You were looking down.
Yes, because I was looking down.
Is Carlo as unflappable as he seems in these videos?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he was great because he would just like laugh at parts when I'm like dying.
Right.
And so it was also, yes, Dylan's face.
And then it seemed like you guys were always reacting to Dylan, not to the scare actors.
You reacted to him reacting.
It was funny. Like, it was a great experience for all of us. So many scary moments, yes.
And what was your favorite part, Joy?
So my favorite part was actually not the haunts, but the show.
Okay.
And
like the stage production?
Yes, the stage production was phenomenal. And the actors and the whole presentation was just top notch. It was such a fun way to like end the night. So that was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Looked like a lot
I wanted to say, Joy, wrap it up.
Now it's your turn.
I'll take it.
Turn about is fair play. I'm just kidding, Joy.
So now we want to know, I mean, you guys saw a lot of different things. What haunt surprised you guys the most?
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to say the car wash that we went to. That was
haunted car wash.
Yes.
So this was a big deal. I guess it's a Bandera Grissom area?
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty much right there. I couldn't believe it when we pulled up. There was this line out of the parking lot.
A long line, right?
Yes. I mean, when we actually went to the back of it first and then drove along the line that you're seeing here. And I mean, these are all people just waiting to go through a car wash. Most people, if you see that line for a car wash, you're like, I'm out of here.
Right.
There's 5 million others. This one is worth it, though. Gonna be honest.
That was scary. Well, you know, but the good thing about this, I think, is your windows are rolled up, right?
The windows are rolled up and the doors were locked.
The doors were locked.
We planned accordingly.
That's
oh my
awesome.
Goodness.
So I assuming these actors are like, you know what, the costume's getting it wet. We're just gonna do a full send.
In fact, I think at one point in one of our videos, I'm even asking, are they just soaked the whole time? Because I think this runs for, I don't know, I want to say like 5 hours every time they do this. I hope they switch out, maybe put on some dry clothes, sorry.
Yes.
But I mean, they seem to have a great time.
And it was a long tunnel too.
Yeah.
That was a crazy experience.
But it wasn't a short
It was not a short little tunnel.
Joy, so we know you screamed a lot in several of these. Which haunt scared you the most of all the things you guys did?
So, Haunted Oaks at Rolling Oaks Mall.
Okay.
Scared me so much. Here we go. Now we're looking at this.
It's got everything.
Yeah.
So
it's got hog heads, doll heads.
I did not know what to expect going through this haunt.
Look at Emily.
I was investigating.
So we wanted to check this one out because we had not gone through this haunt before, and so we had no idea what was going to be lurking through this experience.
Your eyes are closed, Joy.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
He's up in her face.
They get right up. They get right up next to you.
They don't touch you though. They don't touch you. That's a rule.
Awfully close.
They do get close.
The other thing is that this haunt was very long. It was more than 14 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Of the sheer terror.
That's a lot of screaming, Joy.
It was a lot of screaming,
Yeah.
yes. I feel really bad for Carlo. He was shooting this one for us.
Okay.
And I know he must have been very tired of hearing my screams because this was an adventure.
Well, who could get tired of that, Joy?
I mean, I thought it was hilarious. Sorry.
So for people that missed this,
Yes.
we've put it out there for people to watch all over again, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
They can
awesome.
check it all out on KSAT.com.
Okay.
Just look for these stories, and it was an adventure. It was a wild ride, to say the
I'm
least.
pretty sure my friends have gone on and watched a few times just
Yes.
to
It's a good
see.
guidebook, too.
I mean, oh my gosh. I grew up not far from the car wash, actually, and I've had friends who had said, wait a minute, there's a haunted car wash right there? What?
Yeah, we were thinking the same thing too. What a clever concept. All right, so now you guys get to mentally prepare for next year, starting right
Yes.
now, okay?
Practice.
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. My voice is still kind of
We'll
not
buy you
quite
some
there because
cough drops.
You
We'll
gotta
get you
hear.
prepared. Little throat
we'll get
coat.
ready. Yeah.
All right, so now back to normal scary things. Doing the night beat, doing the morning show. You guys are going to be
It can
fine.
be terrifying.
Yes,
I mean,
that's
can.
accurate.
Yes, all right. Emily Allen, Joy Presley, thank you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Great job behind the scenes. Great job doing Halloween coverage for us.
Thank you.
It was fun. Thank
It
you,
was
guys.
fun to watch. We're living vicariously through both of you. 9:29, 60 degrees. There is more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including highlights from the big games this weekend. Max and RJ are going to join us again to share some of the highlights.
Plus, each month, we like to highlight a local teacher, and this month's honoree is a STEM teacher at Broccoli Elementary. What are students like most about her, and what she hopes to instill in them?
Educator of the Month, brought to you by First Mark Credit Union.
Hey, welcome back. It's 9:33. So this morning we are introducing you to a teacher who says she has the best problem at school. Her problem is that her students don't want class to be over and they're not ready to go. We're talking about Cheryl Perez, and she's a STEM teacher at Broccoli Elementary, and she is KSAT's Educator of the Month.
So we're kind of doing like a spooky web design.
Cheryl Perez is a STEM teacher at Broccoli Elementary, and she says her goal is to keep all her students from kindergarten to 5th grade
Yes. Thank you. Fist bump.
engaged and having fun while they learn.
When it comes to teaching is you really need to have that connection with your kids and let them know how important they are and that you support them and that you want the best for them.
And you can see that connection when you walk into her classroom. One of the many reasons why Mrs. Perez is being recognized as KSAT's Educator of the Month.
We'd like to congratulate you as Educator of the Month.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
As you can see, the students were so passionate about her winning. Miss Bettis is one that goes extra over. She comes in endless Saturdays. She is a great model for our STEM program here in Northside.
She does a lot of fun activities. And so she's a really great teacher. So she's really dedicated to her job. She's like a really good teacher. I think she's the best.
What does it look like's going on there, Dylan, if you could verbalize it?
Cheryl Perez has been a teacher with Northside ISD for 22 years, and this is her 3rd year at Broccoli Elementary, leading the STEM program.
I just love the opportunity to be able to work with their children to kind of spur them on to creative thinking and trying something new, and to know that, you know what, it's okay if we try something out and we fail, because we still learn from that failure. It's gonna work. Don't be disappointed.
Congratulations to Cheryl Perez out there in ISD's Broccoli Elementary.
Yeah, she's a great teacher, kept those kids engaged, and it wasn't just for the cameras.
All right, so we have a few clouds out there for a Halloween morning, but not bad all in all, and 60 degrees, Justin.
Not bad at all. We're going to start off partly cloudy. Now, the clouds will start to thicken up this evening, and it's not going to be a dark and stormy night for Halloween. No, but we will get some showers out there, I think. That's a possibility as we get into the trick-or-treating hour. I want to show you another picture. Oh, listen, you can't miss when you show cute dogs like this. We've had several photos coming in this morning. This is from Terry Terrific. Got a birdie, another birdie shot. Happy Halloween.
I would have captured it, Happy Halloweeny.
Oh.
See, we missed an opportunity
well done.
here. Yeah.
Well done.
Well done. Yeah. Terry, thank you. 50 degrees in Kerrville right now, 57 in Braunfels, 55 Hondo, 57 in Del Rio. So still a lot of 50s on the map. That is certainly the case here around San Antonio at this hour. We will eventually make it into the 70s later today. Molds and ragweed both low, no big deal there. So far, the allergen report has been good this month. Here's your trick-or-treat forecast. 6 o'clock, 20% chance of rain. We'll up it to a 30% chance by 7 p.m. And then by 8, 9 o'clock, that's when rain chances start to kick up a little bit more. I think most of this is going to be very light. Shouldn't really interrupt your plans, but just have an umbrella just in case. The rain will pick up more overnight and into tomorrow morning. We'll talk more about that forecast here in just a few minutes, guys.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Thank you, Justin. And it was a busy sports weekend. The Cowboys and the Spurs get big wins, and we now know the name of our new XFL team.
That's right. If you haven't heard, we'll recap that. Also, this Josh Primo mess. Max and RJ are here to break everything down in a huge sports weekend. Guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start with the Cowboys first, and let's roll some of these highlights because Dallas Cowboys are now 6-2. Dak, second game back. Max.
Dak looked good. Look at this. Not afraid to get hit either. I mean, he sort of strolled right in there. You and I could have had a few touchdowns on that one. But look, it's not just the running. He has, chemistry with the receivers. CeeDee Lamb looked amazing yesterday.
And they absolutely needed the offense because the defense, that was a nice dance there. Defense struggled a little bit more than what we've seen in the past. Justin Fields had himself a nice little game, but Tony Pollard came through for the Cowboys.
I like how we're saying struggled a little bit. He scored 49 points. And yes, the Bears did put up 29. But at the end of the day, I mean, the Bears were losing the whole game.
And we wanted to show this because I know this is your guy right here.
Michael Parsons.
Dallas's guy, yep.
Well, no, this is my favorite play because Justin Fields, trying to show off the athleticism, jumped over the defender, didn't touch him, didn't graze him at all while he went to the ground, picked up, walked, basically, for a fumble 6.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this again. Just all he had to do was touch Micah there. Does not.
Literally could have grazed him with his foot, and it would have constituted him being down. But instead.
Nice verticals there, though.
I mean, very impressive. It's great, but it doesn't win you the game. This does. Tony Pollard doing what he can, and he's on your fantasy team?
He is on my fantasy team. I've been waiting for this. Thank you, Tony Pollard. Zeke, go ahead and take your time coming back.
So before we move on to the next subject, are we saying Tony Pollard starter?
At least 50-50 timeshare now. Okay. At least. It's got to be at least 50-50. He's too good. 3 touchdowns yesterday.
He did look good.
14 rushes there. So, yeah, Tony Pollard looking great. Cowboys are on the bye, 6-2 headed in there. Okay, Max, so the other big news, of course, Josh Primo. This was shocking news. Friday evening, the Spurs release him. Second-year player, 19 years old. What were your thoughts when this came down?
Well, there was a lot of confusion at first. We saw the statement by R.C. Buford. We saw the statement released by Josh Primo here. And then throughout the week into the weekend, we really started getting more of a picture. We see the accusations, and we know that this is going to be an ongoing investigation. We've been told via reports that, one of the victims brought on Tony Busby, and we know that name because he's the same attorney who represented some of the victims in the Deshaun Watson allegations.
Absolutely, and one of those, again, alleged victims being a former Spurs employee, so still a lot of questions there as we get more information on this Josh Primo news, which again was just shocking news that they waived their second-year guard 5 games into the season. And speaking of, how about them Spurs?
I know, and look, I mean, here's the thing. When a situation like this unfolds, you don't know how it's going to affect the team. We have a very young team, and it almost seemed like nothing affected them, and nothing's been affecting them. They had 3 guys sit out last night. This is a Spurs team that we went in with low expectations. I want to give a shout out to Justin Horn because he has been so optimistic on this Spurs team. And they've done really nothing but win, almost picking up from where they left off when DeMar was still on the team. And it just seems like there's new leaders in the locker room. Keldon Johnson, I've been a huge fan of Devin Vassell. Didn't even play last night
because not played the past few games.
Right, and so they're still winning, and they're not winning against scrub teams.
No.
The Timberwolves, they retooled over the season. They got Rudy Gobert, and they were supposed to be a top 5 seed, and they're losing to the Spurs.
I know, the Spurs have handled the Timberwolves to start the season. They are still back here at home against the Raptors on Wednesday. As you mentioned, KJ, the big body, doing big things there for our Spurs. All right, moving on. We have got Astros, Phillies. Max, I know you got some rooting interest in this. There's a lot of South Texans here with the Astros.
Full disclosure,
originally from Philadelphia, and so this is a lot more special for us.
So you're rooting for Houston.
So the last time we had seen Philly even really competitive was about 2010. I remember we went World Series back-to-back. We won the first, lost to the Yankees in the second. And here the Astros, Astros fans, I'm not going to say you've been spoiled, but you've been spoiled over the last few years, minus, the alleged cheating investigation. Everything's really gone the Astros' way. 2 World Series in a row, but you still only have 1.
Yeah, well, they blew game 1, and then they obviously woke up in game 2. I think in game 1, they were cruising a little bit, let Philly get back into it, but took care of business the other night, and now this series shifts to the city of brotherly love, Max.
Yes, I'm
sure. It'll be a great series, guys.
It will, and I'm sure on Halloween night, everything will be very calm and friendly in the city of Philadelphia.
Wait, what?
Let's run through just a couple more things here real quick. Shout out to SAFC. They're in the Western Conference
you bet.
Final. They're going to be taking on Colorado Springs next Sunday at Toyota Field. And look at that. Look at that crowd. Amazing stuff here for SAFC.
It has been amazing. They really just crushed Oakland Roots SC at home on Friday. And the cool part is, that's just impressive. I can't do that. The cool part is that it runs through Toyota Field.
Absolutely. There we go. So, yeah, that'll be Sunday. And then we now know our name for the XFL team, the San Antonio Brahmas. Look at that. And as Mark pointed out earlier, the B is hidden there.
Great eyes by Mark, because I didn't even see that.
I didn't see that as well.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm making it up. That looks like a B.
It's got to be it. Oh, my gosh.
Their season starts on, I believe it's February 18th. So that weekend they're going to be playing at the Dome. It's an 8-team league. This is run by The Rock and his partner there, Danny Garcia. Hines Ward's going to be the SA.
Some of those other names are kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, what are you trying to say here, Mark?
Yeah, not bad. Not
Okay.
bad.
So here's the thing.
No, I don't mind this one. And by the way, the merch will be available at 11. The XFL shop opens at 11 Central today.
I was a big fan of the AAF. I loved the Commanders, went to the games, still rock some of the swag. It's now like retro.
Right.
So I'm cautiously optimistic that this can have a longer lifespan and that the games will be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Go.
The most
goes first go.
Goes first go.
Whether you don't like the name or the logo or anything, the most important thing is that we fill these games.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Pack the Dome.
It'll be fun.
That's right. Okay, that'll reap some dividends later too.
Yes.
RJ, Max, thank you guys. Right now, 9:43, 61 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
We'll be right back.
Since it's Halloween, we wanted to test our knowledge and yours about the classic Halloween movie, Halloween.
Right. So we have some trivia questions and we don't know the answers. These are only about the original Michael Myers movie that came out in 1978. So let's see how much we know about the movie.
Okay, so the mask of Michael Myers was patterned from a mask of this famous fictional character. Is it Captain Kirk, James Bond, Charles Ingalls, or Greg Brady?
From the Brady Bunch?
That one's actually kind of easy, I think.
Oh, really?
Process of elimination.
Okay, you do it.
What? Wait, what? Oh, I thought it was. Oh, wait, I did hear something about this. That's legit.
I would have got that one wrong.
I would have got that one wrong.
So that's a William Shatner mask that Michael is wearing. Great. Okay, that's creepy and weird.
Super creepy. Okay, so true or false? Haddonfield, Illinois. Is it a real town?
True.
False.
I think false. Let's see.
True. Is it? It's false.
Okay. Yes, I think Haddonfield, but somewhere else, not Illinois.
Okay. All right. So, how much money was Jamie Lee Curtis paid for the movie?
My feeling was that it was lowball, like really lowball.
I'm going to agree with that.
Like not even 64, maybe like 8.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. That's not fair.
Movies didn't pay well back in '78, especially horror films. And then finally, how long did it take John Carpenter to compose the movie's famous music? Was it 1 year, 10 days, 3 days, or just 5 hours?
It's got to be 5 hours.
5 hours. That's my
It's
guess.
be something like that.
5
like
hours.
his cat jumped on the keys and.
3 days. Okay, still short.
Okay, that's a good one too. All right, finally.
And the other sequels to the original Halloween movie, how many were written by John Carpenter?
1, 3, 4, or all 7. There are 7? 1.
Oh, 1.
Just
Jamie's like, move on.
Alex, thank you. Our producer Alex put all those together. That was good
Alex.
stuff.
That was
I got
fun.
every single one of them wrong.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't really remember the 1978 movie.
That wasn't alive, but.
What did you say?
I wasn't alive.
Did you really just say that?
Yeah,
I did, I'm
just
sorry.
rub it in.
No.
I was
wasn't doing
4,
that.
Justin.
No, wasn't doing that.
Oh my God.
I wasn't alive.
We'll have Justin's email address a little later in the newscast.
Please don't send me emails. We've got partly cloudy skies right now. Temperature is 57, dew point is at 50. We've got northwesterly winds at about 3 miles per hour. And still in the low 50s in Kerrville and Fredericksburg. It was a chilly morning there. Started off in the 40s. But we'll see these numbers rise at least quickly for the first half of the day. Once we get more clouds, though, this afternoon, temperatures kind of level out a little bit. 62 Pleasanton, 61 right now in Uvalde, and then around Bexar County, we're close to 60, and we'll be in the 60s by next hour. Forecast today, up around 78. Most of us in the 70s, maybe a few 80s out there. And then as we get into tonight, we'll fast forward to 7 o'clock, right around trick-or-treating time. I think we'll be in the low to mid-70s, so not bad. Not bad if you've got your costumes on. That's pretty pretty close to perfect. And then overnight, we start to drop into the 60s. And then by midnight, mid-60s there. And that's when we could see some rain chances. So I think rain chances start to come up. 20% chance 6 o'clock, 30% chance 8 p.m., and then a 40% chance at 10 o'clock. It's after 10 o'clock where I think our rain chances are probably best. And that's where we could see a few rumbles of thunder too. But if you're trick-or-treating, as we've been saying all morning, grab the umbrella just in case. Here's your trick-or-treat forecast. To be specific, I think a few sprinkles, maybe a light shower around 75. And we're talking 6 to 7 o'clock here. Now, if you're going out later, there could be a little bit more on the radar. The satellite picture shows we've got some high clouds streaming in. There's a nice low cloud deck down here around Laredo, working its way up towards Corpus Christi. And eventually these clouds will work in here around San Antonio, out ahead of our storm system, which right now is nearing El Paso. And this is giving us the lift as it dives south for some of these showers and storms this afternoon. So let's look at the futurecast here. And this is 7 p.m. Notice there could be some showers out west. So Del Rio, Uvalde, yes, you could actually be looking at some actual rain there right around trick-or-treating time. But here in San Antonio, any sort of significant rain probably holds off until about 10 o'clock or so. And then it does build overnight. This is 3 a.m. Showers and maybe a few storms moving through, and then by tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., still some showers around. So the commute could be a little bit wet, and then the rain moves out by midday, and we get some clearing late on Tuesday. So I know that the timing isn't ideal here, but again, it is always good to get some rain. So now let's go forward in time into the end of the week. 3 o'clock Thursday, we could see a few showers. Another storm system comes in late Friday into Saturday. This brings with it a line of showers and storms. And I think we could see a couple strong storms mixed in here. This is going to be a pretty significant line, I think, from San Antonio all the way up to Dallas-Fort Worth. Something to watch late Friday night into Saturday. As far as rainfall goes tonight, 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. That's what we're looking at. It's not going to be big numbers. The bigger numbers will be down to the south. So the extended forecast, 72 Tuesday, 77 Wednesday, 20% chance rain Thursday, Friday, 40% chance Friday night into Saturday. It does clear out for the weekend with highs in the 70s. We'll be right back.
Last week, we introduced you to Marcus, the facility dog over at Children's Hospital of SA, and Marcus needed help deciding what to dress up for their annual trick-or-treat parade at the hospital, right?
Yes, but the public was invited to vote on their favorite costume, and it looks like the UPS costume was a fan favorite.
Yeah,
that's the one that we wanted. Yeah. Awesome job.
Thank you. Marcus is adorable. Happy Halloween, everybody. Be safe.
Yeah, bye guys. We'll see you tomorrow.